Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new, please follow, like, and share on all platforms and subscribe on YouTube. Click the bell to turn on notifications and like the video. I'm out on the street for a Saturday stroll with my wife, but I really wanted to give a message here. A short video, a quick video, I really wanted to give an important message. To talk about Juninho Vieira. We joke around. Juninho Shrek, right? Yeah? And I really wanted to tell, with the support of each one of you and the support of Filipe Luis, more importantly, the support of Filipe Luis, I'm going to reveal some situations here. I even talked, I checked with the player himself about the training situation to talk to you about this. The player is super excited, super motivated, and I think Flamengo fans need to lose a bit of their prejudice and stop criticizing before the guy actually gets a real opportunity. How many chances has he had? Real opportunities to start playing with Arrascaeta, Luis Araujo, with the midfield players, with the team well set up. Do you understand what I'm saying? You Flamengo fan, do you understand what I'm saying? Stop and think. When he came in, he never had the perfect lineup with Arrascaeta, with Saul, with Pulgar. There was always some problem. There was always a problem. He never comes in. Even so, we only qualified for the Libertadores because of his goal. His goal secured Flamengo's qualification. That goal was important at one point. So just to clarify, yeah, I really believe the player was hired for a reason. Oh, he was a standout over there in Azerbaijan. What is Azerbaijani football? But that's not it, guys. If he caught the attention of Flamengo scout, and Flamengo scout has been getting so many signings right. Carrascal, Samuel Lino had a rough patch for a while, but look at how many players Flamengo has signed. Saul, Juninho, they've really been getting it right with their signings. It's not possible, right? That Juninho didn't have something that would catch the scouts' attention, and I have no doubt about that. I really want to talk to you about this situation with Juninho. I saw a post today from a Flamengo fan page. Look, a page that talks about Flamengo, okay? I'm going to bring it here now. Look. Rubro Negro Interativo. It was just a joke, right? He posted it here. Take a look. Look at what he posted. Top scorer, right? Goal scorer. Yeah, Juninho was one of the top scorers on Flamengo's team in this morning's practice. The athlete scored 18 goals. Interactive Rubro Negro reported Juninho scored 18 goals. Juninho was one of Flamengo's top scorers in practice, right? He scored 18 goals. So I obviously called Juninho here, sent it to him and said, my friend, explain this to me. It was a finishing drill in practice, right? And then he joked, for God's sake, scoring 18 goals in a practice, that's just messing around. Then I realized it's the Flamengo fans. Yeah, spreading that because deep down, they want to see Juninho on the field. They want to see Juninho with the opportunity to start playing. And I think it's important for us to talk about this here, yeah. We know that on Monday, there's Bruno Henrique's trial, that the appeal could be denied, right? Bruno Henrique could be suspended. If he gets 12 games, he won't play again this year. We'll really need Juninho. I told him that. I said, Juninho, this is the moment for you to prove that your signing made sense and for you to show your potential, which we know you have. And for the fans to believe as well. And it's Filipe Luis's moment too. Filipe Luis, it's time for you to really give an opportunity to some forwards. It's not about throwing the guy into the fire with only 10 minutes left. It's about giving a real opportunity for the player to get on the field and start the game. The same opportunity you give to Bruno Henrique. Equal rights, man. What does Bruno Henrique have that's better? And look, I'm Bruno Henrique's #1 fan, but what does Bruno Henrique have that's better than Juninho? Right, than Juninho Vieira, that even when he's not playing well, he still starts as a starter in several games? Why isn't there patience to see if Juninho works out? Why doesn't he get the opportunity to start the game? 2 or 3 games until he, imagine the first game he plays well, man, no one will be able to stop him anymore. But then the guy has already been at Flamengo for a year, scores few goals. Why? He comes in with 8 minutes left, 10 minutes, comes into a game where the team isn't well set up, right? It's his turn to get the same chance Bruno Henrique had. Will you wait for Bruno Henrique's punishment on Monday? We know it can happen, but hopefully it won't. Why not give him a chance now? I'm not holding this against Bruno Henrique, who even scored a goal recently. That's fine and all. He's a decisive player, but I think that especially in this game against Santos, he deserves to start the game, not just play and be subbed at halftime. Let him play. Let the guy play. He needs playing time. He needs playing time. I spoke with a player who joked, saying 18 goals in training is too much, but it was just a joke. But the player is super, super excited, wanting to prove himself, motivated. He understands that Flamengo will need him, that Flamengo needs commitment, will need him to score goals to become champions, that this is the moment for him to score goals so Flamengo can be champions. He knows that. Including the board itself, the football department, Bodo and company, they've already talked to Juninho himself to explain to him the importance that this is the moment for him to prove his potential. So guys, this video here was a video to talk exactly about this and about this opportunity that Juninho has. And I think this is the moment, for Flamengo to really give an opportunity, for Filipe Luis, right? To really give an opportunity to the player. Look, I'm going to take this moment here while we're talking about good energy. As discussed, Arrascaeta renewed his contract until 2028, possibly 2029, with a release clause of 215 million reais. Congrats to Jose Boto and Flamengo's management for renewing Arrascaeta's contract. This is really important, okay? Yeah. So here we have it. On November 8th, 1981, Flamengo thrashed Botafogo 6-0. Look, today is 44 years since Flamengo beat Botafogo. Is today the 8th, right? Today marks 44 years since Flamengo's 6-0 thrashing of Botafogo at Maracanã. It was a Carioca Championship match. That historic result marked the beginning. Look at this, folks. Today, 44 years ago, a turning point began for Flamengo. Flamengo crushed Botafogo and won both the Libertadores and World titles, all within 36 days. And it's exactly at this moment that the Libertadores final is coming up on the 29th, in 20 days from now. Then if Flamengo wins, there's the Intercontinental, which is the World Cup. 44 years ago, Flamengo won 6-0. Then for 36 days, the team led by Carpegiani wins the Carioca over Vasco, lifts the Copa Libertadores trophy over Cobreloa, then beats Liverpool 3-0 to become world champion. That was 44 years ago, in 36 days from today. It's truly a moment like that, a magical date, an impressive date that Flamengo fans will always get emotional about. Yeah, I'll bring it here. In 2020, Flamengo overcame the same gap to the leader with 7 games left in the championship and became champions in 2020. It wasn't even that long ago. Flamengo's last title was in 2020. Arrascaeta was already in his second year at Flamengo, along with Bruno Henrique, Gabigol, and the rest of the team. They were all there. Arrascaeta, I say he's going to be the guy with the most titles, especially because his contract will last longer than Bruno Henrique's. He'll stay 2 or 3 years more than Bruno Henrique. And then we have Flamengo. There was Flamengo in 2020. With 7 rounds remaining, they had to close a 4-point gap to Palmeiras. 2020 was wild, wasn't it? The difference was identical to the one they overcame against International 5 years earlier, right? In 2020 now, the difference is the same as Palmeiras too. No, wait, Palmeiras now. International in 2020. International played Corinthians. Cássio made a save that helped Flamengo. Still, Flamengo lost to São Paulo in their last game. Flamengo won 5 of the last 7 games and became champions. Back then, the difference was with Inter, not Palmeiras. Now it's with Palmeiras. The difference with Palmeiras was in 2009 when Flamengo also managed to get past them. Okay? Yeah, the challenge is tougher now. Palmeiras has a success rate above 73%, while Inter had 64% in 2020. But man, that doesn't mean anything. Because now Palmeiras faces a team from the G4, right? Mirassol, and faces Santos, who's desperate away from home. There's also that, in the equation, the Libertadores issue with the final on the 29th, and that can decide a lot of things too, right? So look, the Flamengo's last 7 2020 games, Grêmio 2, Flamengo 4, Sport 0, Flamengo 3, Flamengo 2, Vasco 0. The difference is that this year Flamengo had to beat Vasco twice. Flamengo was the leader. It's sad to draw with Vasco twice. Bragantino 1, Flamengo 1, Flamengo 2, Corinthians 1, Flamengo 2, International 1, São Paulo 2, Flamengo 1. Flamengo drew with São Paulo again. São Paulo is always tough for Flamengo, right? Now the final games, Flamengo versus Santos, Esporte versus Flamengo, Fluminense versus Flamengo at Maracanã, Red Bull Bragantino at home, Atlético Mineiro away, Ceará at home, Mirassol away. Okay? We have to believe, guys. We have to believe, okay? I really believe. I'll keep believing. And God willing, even though everyone at Globo Esporte, all those guys are saying Flamengo will be runner-up, Palmeiras will be champion of everything. All right, that's how I like it. Let them keep their arrogance. They're saying they can already feel that Palmeiras is the champion. They said it looks like a champ, right? Palmeiras looks like a champion, that's it? We're here quietly, let's go. Filipe, Juninho, and Shrek on them, that's it. Let's give it our all. Hello, Red and Blacks, this is Flamengo.